Welcome back to the KEMPIRE Daily YouTube channel, where we talk about some of the hottest in music, entertainment, and reality TV. First off, thank you so much to everyone that's been subscribing, commenting. I really do appreciate all of you, and I really love engaging and talking with you. In today's video, it's going to be a quick roundup of some of the hot topics that we spoke about on our social media. If you're not following us, be sure to follow us. Everything is TheKempire. So let's first start off with this story about Anita Baker. I saw Anita Baker trending on Twitter and I was like, why is she trending? You know, we respect Anita Baker, but you know, it was in response to a comment that was made about her releasing new music. So this was coming from Professor Bellamy on Twitter saying, Robert Glasper told us he did some tracks with Anita Baker. We need them in 2021, along with the live album from the tour. And then he, of course, tagged Anita Baker in it. She says, and then they say, please bless the soul. So Anita retweeted Professor Bellamy and said, dearest, what world are you living in? I'm 62 and living in a bubble, separate from my family for the past 10 months. People are hungry, dying. Ease up on me, okay? But that's not where the story ends, y'all. I heard about this whole tweet, so I go on my Twitter and I go to search for Anita Baker, but she's not coming up. Then I finally go to her actual account and I discover I'm blocked by Anita Baker. I have no idea why I'm blocked by Anita Baker. I don't know if it was a mistake. I don't know if I said something. I'm generally a nice person, so I don't see what I could have said that would have offended Anita Baker and for her to block me. I understand why Keisha Cole may have blocked me because there's a whole assortment of us blocked by Keisha Cole because she gets in her feelings about a lot of different things. I get that. But Anita Baker? In other news, Prince's estate is being sued by the IRS. According to the IRS, they believe that Prince's estate is worth more than they are estimating it. Prince's estate is estimating that his estate's worth around $80 million. But according to the IRS, they believe his estate is actually worth $163.2 million. Anyways, his estate is controlled by Comerica Bank and Trust. And as I said to you before, they estimate that his estate's worth $82.3 million. But the IRS believes that they're owed $32.4 million in taxes. And this is according to the Star Tribune. They're the ones reporting this story. This is what I think. There's no way you're telling me that Prince, in comparison to Michael Jackson, you know, there was that battle back in the day, who's better. Michael Jackson's estate is estimated at a $500 million net worth. I believe Prince, there is no way Prince's estate is worth less than $100 million. It has to be $100 million or more, especially after his death. During his life, I would have estimated it was worth $100 million, but definitely after his death, they've released albums. There's so much unreleased music. They've opened up his home as like a museum, and the royalties alone. You're not telling me that his estate is worth less than at least $100 million and up. The estate is going to drag this through court. They want to take this to trial, which could take several years and drain the estate of many, many millions of dollars in regards to legal fees. And now let's get to what you really want to talk about. Let's talk about the Real Housewives. Before we jump into Potomac, let's talk about last night's episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I know, y'all, it's still dry. It's still not a lot happening. But one of the biggest stories, you know, a couple of weeks ago, Bravo released a sneak peek of last night's episode where Kenya alluded to Portia getting arrested for TV. I said to myself, I want to see the full scene before I make a judgment of Kenya. But everybody else, you guys were in her comments attacking her for it. When we finally got to see the scene last night, it wasn't as bad as we thought until later, and it did get bad in regards to Kenya accusing Portia of really just getting arrested on camera. I've said this before. I've said it on my podcast. I've said it here. I do not believe that Portia is doing this just for television. Do I cringe every time Portia gives a speech? Yeah, I do. I do. There are certain people that are just better orators. But I also think that a lot of Black women, a lot of Black people, and a lot of people were moved by the Breonna Taylor story, were moved by George Floyd, were moved by a lot of the social injustices that were going on. So her using her platform for the betterment of other people, You can't be mad at that. But of course, Kenya is a producer of reality TV. And to be honest with you, she's the only one sort of bringing anything to Atlanta right now. And I know a lot of people aren't watching because of Nene, but I've said this before and I'll say it again. You guys didn't watch Nene when she had her own show. That's why she had to go back to Housewives. So you're not telling me it's just Nene. Nene does not make Atlanta, but the ensemble does make Atlanta, and they have to shake it up. And I'm thinking they have to get rid of people like Cynthia. Sorry, Candy, you don't need the show anymore, but you're not bringing much right now. I still like LaToya, and when I say I like LaToya, I'll say it again. I like her for the show. Could she be my friend? No. However, I do like her for the show. I think she's good. She's the only one that really brought anything this last episode. Marlo, per usual, brings a lot. Not this last episode so much. I don't know what's going on with Marlo's fashion, but quarantine, whatever. Anyways, let's get to the tea. Shout out to All About the Tea. I saw this video that they posted in regards to some of the shakeups that's been going on in Potomac. So apparently, we reported before that allegedly that Robyn had been fired from the Real Housewives of Potomac. When I say allegedly or reportedly, that means it's not definitive. And a lot of the times in regards to these Real Housewives contracts, we won't know until they confirm it or when we see them start filming. And even then, we don't know if they're going to be housewives or friend ofs. And reportedly, according to All About the Tea, Robyn is still in negotiations. She doesn't have an official contract. She hasn't signed on a dotted line. But apparently, the producers, like many of us, think Robyn and Juan Dixon's relationship is not as authentic as they put on for the cameras. And even then, it's sort of like, Yesterday, I reported on Robyn sharing a DM that was sent to her, and she alluded to the fact that there's still ongoing conversations in regards to her coming back to the Real Housewives of Potomac. And even if she does come back, doesn't mean she'll be a full-time housewife. It could mean that she will be a friend of, even though she's really been a friend of for the last couple of seasons. Anyways, according to All About the Tea, she's in negotiations. And the only reason why she's in negotiations is because Monique abruptly quit the show. So thanks to Monique again. She saved us last season, and she's saving Robyn's job. But apparently the producers want more from Robyn. They want her to either get pregnant or to have a wedding. First of all, why are we involving children? Why would they want her to get pregnant? Especially if they don't think her relationship is authentic. I think more than likely we will get her getting married as opposed to getting pregnant. Also, we hear that Charisse Jordan, one of the OGs of Potomac, is desperate to be back on the show. Desperate. I mean, you could see the desperation on Charisse just in the scenes at Ashley's house. You can see she is just searching for the camera, to be in the camera. Charisse, stop it. It goes to show you. I've seen comments where people say, why do these housewives, if they have real money, why would they want to be on the show? It's because people like fame. People like to be on camera. They don't care what's in their bank account. In other Potomac news, Giselle, more than likely Giselle will be returning. She is a favorite of the producers to the point where she has the chat room, which can we talk about the chat room? I think that's just a copy of Cocktails with Queens. That's just me. According to All About the Tea, they alluded to a lot of things that I don't want to reiterate here. I will post the link to their full live in the description box. But they alluded to some different things in regards to Giselle and some other things in regards to Jamal. But apparently Jamal doesn't want to have to do anything with the reality show. He feels like he's lost credibility. I think he lost credibility a long time ago to Jamal. But they also alluded to some other situations with Giselle and why her relationships might not be working out. I don't know if this is necessarily true. They also allude to some things that she did while she was at Hampton. This is all alleged, reported. I don't know who their sources are, but like I said, I will link you so you can see for yourself if you believe it or not. But there is something going on with Giselle. I still want these people to be entertaining. I also still want them to be authentic. And speaking of authentic, when Dr. Wendy Asefo, so apparently she will be coming back. And the story that they're going to be trying to get from Wendy seems a little bit more sordid in regards to her relationship with her husband and him apparently having a side baby and cheating. with a white woman in his office. What in the Tyler Perry episode is this? I don't know if I believe that story. Anything is possible. What I do believe is that Wendy does not give us her authentic self. I talked about in the past, I did a past video and I'll post the link in the description as well in regards to the true family issues that she might be having about cursed tribes and things like that. This is all alleged. I don't know if I believe any of that, but I do believe that Wendy Asefo is not giving us her true self. And that's why fans didn't really gravitate to her. Am I willing to give Wendy another shot on season 6? I am, only if she's going to give us her authentic self. Let's talk about all of the student debt. Let's talk about the real family drama. We're getting one side of that family drama. And even the side that Wendy gave made it seem as if, oh, because our family has 2 doctors in it and that's why they don't like me. I don't believe that. Honestly, I don't believe that. I don't know about the side baby and the affairs and if that's what they're going to focus on. Wendy, if you want to be a CNN political analyst, if that is your career trajectory, Housewives is not it. This is not where you want to be. That's not what I want for you. I appreciate all of your degrees. I appreciate your Black girl magic. However, if your career is trying to be a political analyst on CNN, this is not the right route. Anyway, so let's talk more about it in the comments. I appreciate you guys. Hello to the new subscribers and to all of you that have been supporting. We do appreciate it. For more information on anything, check out the description box and let's continue the conversation in the chat.